Salam and Namaste. You are listening to Awaz Community Radio. Today on Awaz Community Radio, we'll be talking about cancer, and we have an expert in the studio to talk all about it. Now, if you would like to email us about the subject, you can email us on awazradio@hotmail.com. You can log on to our website, www.awazcommunityradio.com, or ring us 0161 839 7857. If you'd like to get onto the social media, we're on Facebook, Awaz Community Radio, or you can tweet us, Awaz Radio 122. You are listening to Awaz Community Radio with your host Saira, and today in the studio we have Nabila Farooq. She's a Community Development Officer from Manchester City Council, Macmillan Information Support Services. So, hello Nabila, thank you for coming in.
Hi Saira, and thank you for having me on your show today.
It's great to have you in because we all know that cancer is a bit of a taboo subject in the Asian communities especially. So, can you tell us what about yourselves, about Macmillan Cancer Care? Can you tell us who you are?
Cancer is a taboo subject, and years on we still find it very difficult to talk about cancer. Macmillan has information centres based within hospitals across the northwest. The purpose of these centres is to support people affected by cancer, directly or indirectly. And anybody who has a cancer diagnosis can go to these information centres for support and advice. Our project, Macmillan Cancer Information and Support Service, is based within Manchester City Council, within the libraries. And we are funded by the Big Lottery and work under the umbrella of Macmillan. We also support people affected by cancer and work with all the communities to raise awareness of cancer and to provide training and awareness sessions. People can come and see us within the libraries or within community settings away from a hospital setting. That's the unique thing about our project, is that you don't have to go to a hospital setting to see somebody. We are not a clinical team, but we are a community team, and we will provide services and advice, and also we will refer you on to other organisations according to your need.
So you provide support for the families as well as the patients themselves?
Yes, we provide support for patients, for their families, for their carers, for their friends, and also to people worried about cancer as well. So if they're not sure about the signs and symptoms, or they want to support somebody affected by cancer, then we are there for them.
Thank you for that, Nabila. Right, so can you explain to us a little bit about what cancer is? Because I think a lot of people hear the word cancer, first thing they think, they fear it. We all fear cancer. I don't think a lot of us actually know technically what it is.
Right. Like I said before, I'm not from a clinical background, but I will try to explain it in simple terms. Our bodies produce cells all the time. So old cells die and our bodies produce new cells. Sometimes what happens is when we produce these cells, one or more of these cells start to develop abnormally. So what we call as a corrupt or a rogue cell. These cells then go on to develop more rogue cells around them or start attacking the healthy cells in our body. And a majority of these cells will then go on to become cancer. And as you may or may not know, but there are over 200 types of cancer. Everybody's bodies are producing cells to their own DNA. So, like I said, 200 types of cancer we know that exist today. And there might be many more that we don't know about. Statistics at present tell us that 1 in 3 of us will be affected by cancer in our lifetime. The exact cause of cancer is not known, but the message out there is that we can look after ourselves by maintaining healthy lifestyles. We can do this by exercising more and keeping ourselves active. Healthy eating more fruits and veg rather than junk food. Giving up smoking. The main cause of lung cancer is smoking. That's what research tells us. Also, maintaining a healthy weight can be one of the causes. This is just a few of the messages that we pass on to people, the advice that we provide people with about looking after ourselves. It's quite important that we look after ourselves and that we are body aware.
Can I ask a question about shisha? I think it's a question that's quite central really to people who smoke within the Asian community in particular. Would you say that shisha is equally as harmful as cigarettes?
Shisha has become something of a social thing in our communities over the past couple of years. There's loads of shisha shops popping up all over Manchester.
It's something that the younger generation seem to be embracing, a tradition. It's a very old cultural and traditional thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but it does have its side effects. Shisha is seen, like I said, as a social thing because we assume that it's not harmful. Smoking is harmful because it has nicotine in it, it has tobacco in it, and it affects our health. But again, studies have been done and are continuing to be carried out on the effects of shisha, and what we have been told is that shisha is 200 times worse than smoking because we are inhaling the smoke right into our bodies, and it does contain tobacco.
200 times. That's a really that's surprises me, I must say, that I knew it was harmful, but to hear that it's that much worse than cigarettes.
Yes, it is. A lot of the healthy living networks, a lot of research is being done into shisha as well, because again, like I say, it's becoming especially within the Asian communities, it's seen as a social thing, that it's not harmful, it's healthy versus smoking, but it isn't. So if you do want to find out more information about shisha, please go onto the websites or ask somebody in the medical profession.
You are listening to Awaz Community Radio with your host Saira and Nabila Farooq in the studio, and we're talking about cancer. If you would like to get in touch with us about this very serious subject, you can log on to our website www.awazcommunityradio.com, email us awazradio@hotmail.com, you can ring us 0161 839 7857, or get us on Facebook, Awaz Community Radio. You are listening to Awaz Community Radio with your host Saira, and we have Nabila Farooq in the studio discussing cancer. Now, Nabila, can you tell us a little bit more about the treatments for cancer?
There are a number of treatments available depending on your cancer, and your clinical team, which will include your doctors, your consultants, and your nurses, will be there on hand to advise you best. But the main treatments that are known is surgery, chemotherapy, This is administered at the hospital, and radiotherapy. So like I said, I won't go into each one specifically, but if you are affected by cancer or want to know more about the treatments that are available, then the best person to speak to are your consultants.
Nabila, about life with cancer, you will have come across and worked with patients with cancer. Could you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Having a cancer diagnosis, Saira, is always difficult. And the word cancer scares all of us, no matter which community, which background we are from. The word cancer is always scary. And sometimes we even find it difficult to say the word itself. Some people will say, oh, we've got that, or it's the C word. It's obviously the most prominent is we say, oh, it's the C word. Having a cancer diagnosis, again, like I said, is difficult. It affects not just you, but everybody around you. And it can affect your personal life, your work life, your relationships. Also, as carers, sometimes you need support because you are looking after people who are diagnosed with and living with cancer. So it can be really difficult, and it can be emotionally draining as well. And it's services like ours, the information support services, that are there in the community to advise you and support you. Again, what I will say is your consultants, if you do have a cancer diagnosis or are affected by cancer, your consultants are the best people to advise you. Write down everything that you want to ask them. You know, your questions, your worries, your concerns, because we all do it when we are faced with news such as having cancer or being affected by cancer. We have so many things going in our mind, and if we are given a cancer diagnosis, we only hear the word cancer. We don't hear anything else. We only observe 20 to 30% of the information that we are given. So when you go back to seeing your consultant or your multidisciplinary team, which can consist of support workers, your doctors, your nurses, write down everything that you want to ask them. Take somebody with you for support, because again, they might prompt you or they might ask a question that you might forget. Cancer can affect all of us in different ways. There's no one thing that we can say that cancer will affect everybody in one way. Everybody it'll affect in different ways.
So Nabila, about life after cancer, for those who have had cancer and have gone into remission.
Right. More and more people are surviving and living with cancer as treatments improve and early diagnosis. Again, this is through awareness, being aware of ourselves, being aware of our bodies. More and more people are surviving and living with cancer. But even if after you have finished your treatment, there may be factors that affect you. This can be the after effects of the treatment, the surgery, the chemotherapy, the radiotherapy. Causes can be like fatigue, which is extreme tiredness. So one day you might feel really well, next day you might feel really tired, and these can be the after effects of treatment. Also, the emotional impact of cancer itself. One day you might be over the moon, the next day you might be very teary, and everybody reacts differently and lives differently with cancer. At present, there are 2 million people living with cancer. That's what statistics are showing us. And as Macmillan predicts, by 2030, this figure will double to 4 million. As treatments improve, like I said, campaigns of awareness, presenting early with diagnosis, and prevention programs that everybody's doing all the time, more and more people are surviving with cancer. But it does come with issues itself. Some people might be well, live healthily. Other people, it might affect differently.
Thank you very much, Nabila. It's been really informative and really helpful. Now, we'd love to hear about this pop-up shop you've got in Cheetham Hill.
Right. Well, we were presented or given this opportunity to have a pop-up shop in Cheetham Hill. And with North Manchester General, Macmillan Information Support Centre, Macmillan Solutions, and ourselves, the Manchester Project, we've put together and organised a pop-up shop in Manchester. It's on Cheetham Hill Road, next to St Ems, a few doors away from Iceland. And we will be running the pop-up shop from tomorrow, which is the 22nd of January, through until the 25th of January, which is from Wednesday to the Saturday. The object or purpose of this shop is to reach people in the community and to raise awareness around cancer. So if you would like to learn more about cancer and how it affects people or how it affects yourself, please come in and see us. We will also be talking about early diagnosis, prevention, support, and what is available for you out there, which can be benefits advice. When you do become ill and are affected by cancer, it affects you in different ways. We've talked about the emotional effects of it, the practical effects of it, but also it can affect you on a monetary basis as well. You might have to give up work for a time, you might have to go off sick. How does it affect you? So, there's benefits advisors in all our Macmillan information centres who can support you. You might have to fill in forms. Again, Macmillan Solutions, who are part of this project, also help people affected by cancer on a practical level with such things as shopping, gardening, cleaning, or just attending appointments with you if you have nobody else to go with. At the pop-up shop, there's going to be something for all the community. For example, on the Wednesday, we are focusing on men's health. And we're going to have a cricketer from the Lancashire Cricket Club who will be officially opening the launch of the shop for us at 11 o'clock. So please come down. Also, on the 23rd, we're going to have a focus on women's health. and we will have demonstrations of how to check yourselves if you're not aware about breast awareness. Also on the Friday, we're hoping to have like a coffee morning, and a Saturday, bring all your families down. It'll be a day off work. Make sure that you bring your children down, your families, friends. Come down and show us your support and learn more about cancer. How does it affect communities? How does it affect your families and friends? Or how does cancer affect you? What is out there? Again, you as a patient, you as a carer, there is something for everybody that will be at the shop. Loads of advice, people on hand who can talk to you, who may be able to answer questions that you have. Again, emotional support. You might want to speak to somebody that about something with regards to cancer that you can't talk to your family or your friends or your carers about.
It's definitely, I think, beneficial to be able to speak to someone who's impartial, perhaps someone you're not close to, and who isn't going to pass on rumours or just housewives' tales. We all need facts, I think, and it's great that you're doing this pop-up shop. Now, I've had a quick look at your leaflet, and I see that there's massages as well, manicures.
Yes, there is. We are offering on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, supported by Manchester College. We have students who are coming down to do massages, manicures, some other little beauty treatments. So everybody is welcome. We'll also be giving out goodie bags, first come, first served. So make sure you get there. And again, the important message is we want you to learn more about cancer. It's not a subject that we want you to shy away from, to be scared of, but to be able to talk openly about it. We want to make cancer a disease that we live with rather than we die from. And again, we want to make it an enjoyable experience for yourselves, and refreshments will be available throughout the day. Again, supported by the local businesses that have shown us overwhelming support and have helped us in different ways. Again, the local shops, the local businesses around the shop itself, Unit 25. The shop is called Unit 25. Again, I'll say it's next door to Cash Generator, Sunham's, a couple of doors down from Iceland. So it's quite prominent on Cheetham Hill Road.
That pop-up shop sounds really great, Nabila. Thank you for telling us all about it. Now, could you give us some details for our listeners if they're not able to pop by?
Yes, definitely. If you are unable to come and visit us at the pop-up shop, then you can contact us on 0161 227 3727. This is our office number, and if we are not there to answer, please leave a message and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, you can contact us on 0161 922 3528. This is the information centre at North Manchester General Hospital. And just to mention, everything that you talk to us about will be in confidence, and you can approach us at any time. Like I said before, as a patient, as a carer, as a friend or a family member, we will support you in every way that we can.
So Nabila, could we get the details of that pop-up shop one more time for our listeners?
Yes, definitely. The pop-up shop will be on Cheetham Hill Road, Unit 25. It's next door to the Cash Generator and Sunham's restaurant, and also a couple of doors down from Iceland. We hope to see you all there, so please come and support us in this event.
Thank you so much to Nabila Farooq, the Community Development Officer from Manchester City Council Macmillan Information Support Service, for coming in and giving us such an informative chat all about cancer.
And thank you for having us, Saira, and to Avaz Community Radio for having us here today and being able to give this opportunity to just talk about some of our services and the issues that we face around cancer.
You're very welcome. You've been listening to Avaz Community Radio with your host, Saira. Take care.